start off, it's not my very first time, but it was like one of my first time with the guys. So, growing up, I grew up in a really small town called Bunker Hill, Illinois. If anybody knows that, it's really small. And like growing up, I was the typical like, I'm a good Christian boy. Like, please, mommy. And I was going through the whole confusion of, am I gay? Am I straight? And I was always taught like, don't have sex before you're married. Don't do it. And I was like, well, it's probably not going to count because I can't get married, so why not? So let's just practice. Anyway, so I was going to this very alternative church. They had like a very rock scene. It was very interesting, like looking back now. But they were very like geared towards the teenagers. They wanted to get everybody involved, and they were reaching out to a lot of people that probably were not the best Christians in the world. But going there, I actually made a couple friends, and one of them was actually gay. And for all like privacy purposes, I'm going to change names because I don't know if this person still lives here, and I don't want it to get back to them. Anyway, so I'm like hanging out with this person every Friday, and it's like, oh, it's church time. But really, it was time for me to go and like hang out with this guy that I kind of liked. And no one knew this. And, I'm conflicted. I'm dealing with the whole, am I gay, am I straight thing? And so we start hanging out, and my mom is like, oh, I'm so happy you're going to church and making friends. Poor naive mother. I have no idea what is going on. So she's like, I'll take you to church, because like we couldn't even drive then. Like it was not happening. It was that young. And she took us to Mexican dinner, and like we were eating Mexican, I'm like faking it, like this is just my friend, Mom, like we're fine, like we're going to Bible study. And so then she drops me off at my dad's house, and like we're gonna hang out at my dad's house. For some reason I had to go see my dad until I was 16, so that's where the hangout time was. And I really liked this guy at the time, and I had not really been experienced at all in the sexual world at all. And apparently this person was like, I want to try something. So we go to my room at my dad's house, and let me explain. This is beautiful when I explain it. My bedroom is downstairs at my dad's house, right next to my little sister's room. And our closets are like one room. And so, like, granted, my little sister's like 2 years younger than me, so she's not far behind. She's about there, so she knows what's going on. And she's doing whatever she is in her room, and it's like not that late, so we're just hanging out in my room. And the kissing starts, and like that's never happened before, and it's kind of awkward, and I'm just gonna go with it. So things get in the heat of the moment, and like clothes start coming off, and like I'm just kind of going with it, and things happen, and the whole time I'm thinking my little sister can hear everything that's happening. Parents are upstairs. Like, this is so awful, but it doesn't count, right? So practice makes perfect. I'm going with it, and I'm like, I don't know if this is like right, and so the guy starts. We'll just call him Adam. Adam starts like going south, and even further south than what I thought I could imagine. And this is when I learned what toss your salad means. We had Mexican earlier. So I feel the gurgle. Like before I come up here, I'll tell this story here. And, I feel the gurgle, and like, oh, this is right. And it starts going lower and lower, and like, as it's happening, I know it's gonna get. I'm like, oh! And it happens. I farted in his face. The loudest thing. And the next thing I hear is, did you fart? From your sister? I can hear that. not go on past that. I don't really think we hung out after that. Like, we still see each other now. Like, we're still, like, when we go to Pride and stuff, we still see each other. We're like, hey, how are you? And all I can think of when I do this is, I farted in your face. That's all I can think of. So, I guess the moral of the story is practice makes perfect, and that's don't fart in your friend's face. Just do it. Thank you.